On May 16th, a message purported to be from Osama bin Laden was posted on an Al-Qaeda-friendly website. It was timed to coincide with the 60th anniversary of the celebrations of the creation of the State of Israel and the visit by President Bush. Here's what bin Laden had to say.
إن هذا الحدث يدل بوضوح على أنه قبل 60 سنة لم تكن لدولة إسرائيل وجود، وإنما أقيمت على أرض فلسطين المغتصبة بقوة السلاح، وهذا من الدلائل على صحة دعوانا بأن فلسطين أرضنا وأن الإسرائيليين غزاة محتلون يجب قتالهم.
Referring to Western civilizations, bin Laden also said, "This speech is to understand the core reason of the war between our civilization and yours, and that's the Palestinian cause." To analyze this speech, we're joined by Pepe Escobar, who has visited Afghanistan many times and has been writing about Al-Qaeda since the year 2000. Pepe, what did you make of bin Laden's recent statements?
I think the most important thing for American viewers and for world viewers for that matter, there is an enormous distinction between Hamas and Al-Qaeda. Hamas is a nationalist, indigenous resistance movement with Islamic overtones, very strong Islamic overtones. Al-Qaeda is an apocalyptic, all-inclusive sect. They don't recognize borders, they don't recognize states, they don't recognize indigenous resistance movements for that matter. The only thing that matters to Al-Qaeda is the Ummah, the global Muslim community, and that's it. And they want a caliphate, they want a global Muslim government, without states, without borders. Just like in their minds the caliphate, the previous caliphate that was never materialized in history.
The Bush administration, American media, they usually paint everything the same. It's all terrorism, it's Hamas, it's Hezbollah, it's Al-Qaeda, all one dark force. But I remember in 2006 when Israel invaded Lebanon, Al-Qaeda in Iraq, supported by Al-Qaeda Central headquarters, assuming they are in Pakistan, as everybody says, viciously denounced Hezbollah, actually told people not to support Hezbollah while they were fighting with Israel.
They had to say that because at the time, Sheikh Nasrallah was the most popular Arab leader all over the Arab world and in the Muslim world for that matter. After all, he had fought the Israeli military machine to a standstill. And from Al-Qaeda's point of view, Sheikh Nasrallah was still in the limelight of Osama bin Laden. So their PR strategy at the time was to denounce them as practically apostates. And this, from an Islamic theology point of view, from a Wahhabi Sunni point of view, which is Osama's and al-Zawahiri's, it was, let's say, correct because they consider Shiites as apostates. So they would consider Sheikh Nasrallah not only as an illegitimate nationalist leader, but as an Islamic apostate as well.
The Hamas, while in grand terms does not recognize the State of Israel, in practical terms has a great deal of interaction with the State of Israel, and then said to Jimmy Carter that if Israel would accept the 1967 borders, they would have a peace agreement with Israel. They would have a peace agreement. Well, this doesn't seem to fit with how Al-Qaeda
No, Al-Qaeda wouldn't, exactly, because they don't accept states, they don't accept borders, and for them, the global Muslim community, the Ummah, is one. So we have 1.3, 1.4, 1.5 billion Muslims that would have to espouse Al-Qaeda's ideology of total union. You know, this is absolutely impossible. This is a fiction, a figment of the imagination of Osama and al-Zawahiri, in fact.
The timing of this statement, other statements, one starts to think of Al-Qaeda these days as primarily as a PR agency. They're getting very good at messaging. But there is a point where they have to do something or people are going to simply get cynical.
But they always been, because Al-Qaeda's model is the internet model. It's a web. Al-Qaeda is basically a web. It's not this hierarchical agency like the CIA would want us to believe. And now they're desperate because they cannot regiment what they call white Moors. These are white Europeans of Muslim extraction or who profess Islam that are attracted by Al-Qaeda's ideas. There are not enough of them. They are not attracting as many people from the Maghreb, Northern African regions, as they would. They are not attracting Middle Eastern modern people, Middle Eastern moderates, like people in Kuwait, Qatar, or the Emirates. They prefer the capitalist model, in fact, when you go there and talk to them, even young people. They would even admit studying in a Western university. Because, okay, if I want to fight the system, I want to fight from the inside.
In terms of Al-Qaeda's pattern in the past, do you think this could be a prelude to another attack, or is this just more public relations?
There are two possibilities. It could be a desperate PR strategy to rally the troops or try to get new converts, especially from the Middle East and Northern Africa, or they could be sending a signal. The police in Austria and Switzerland, they are very, very worried that Al-Qaeda might attack the European soccer tournament this summer. So this is a real possibility. In my own opinion, I think they are trying to rally the troops. They're trying to send a message that, we're very much alive. We don't agree with nationalist resistant systems, and that's why.
In fact, the only thing they could really do if they want to take the heat away from Hamas is to launch some kind of attack in Israel, which is something they've not been capable of doing.
Exactly. They don't have the structure to do an attack inside Israel. They can attack soft targets around the world, and soft targets inside Pakistan, for that matter, or in Casablanca or in Tunis, but they cannot attack the state of Israel.
So far.
So far.
Thanks, Pepe.
You're welcome.